So you wanna play Scrapper, huh? Alright, so before the intro, I want to say that I do not support whatever this is. The KR name Infighter sounds way better and I stand by that. Alright, that's all. Continue with the video. Well, do you like solving all of your problems by punching them? Do you shadowbox in your sleep? Do you feel the constant need to validate your dominance by mercilessly beating on everyone and everything that you see just to get that approval from your peers that in the end doesn't really hold any value? Or maybe you just like Vi from League, I don't know. If yes was the answer to some or all of the above, then Scrapper might just be for you. The Scrapper is a melee, fist-using DPS character that has exceptional stagger, does a great amount of damage, and is pretty easy to play. With the Scrapper class, you will not find the standard hit the mobs and gain some gauge playstyle. Instead, you have to, wait for it, balance two gauges. That's right, buy one get one free, folks. No, but seriously, Scrapper is pretty simple. You have your stamina energy and your shock energy, also referred to as yellow and green bars. In a similar fashion, you have yellow and green skills. You use yellow skills to deplete the yellow bar and gain green. Similarly, green skills deplete the corresponding color bar and gain yellow. And that's pretty much it. You just have to cycle between the different colored skills and maintain your combo. Now, here is where the class engravings change things up a bit, starting with the first one, called Taijutsu. This engraving drastically increases the natural recovery of the yellow stamina bar, which in turn allows you to use a lot more of your yellow skills. Their damage is also increased, with the caveat being the reduced damage of shock skills. That's not a problem though, as shock skills serve the purpose of refilling the stamina bar when needed and are used as high damage once per rotation skills in this particular scenario. The Taijutsu spec is the Speedy Gonzalez of the Scrapper builds. With it, you almost feel like a war dancer with how quick you are, but in my opinion, Tai Scrapper feels even better as her skills feel like they have more weight to them. Combat is super fluid and you rely on consistent damage rather than big burst windows. I gotta say, I love this playstyle. My main out is a Scrapper and she feels fantastic to play with how smooth and quick she is. Naturally, to achieve that, you focus mainly on swiftness and then crit. Initially, you can choose to prioritize either or, but later down the line, most Scrappers go with an even 50-50 split between the two. Now, the next engraving is called Shock Training. Here we have the exact opposite. Green skills are a priority, with a few yellow must-haves in there. Here, the Scrapper is a lot slower and less agile, as green skills do benefit from the spec stat and are generally big, heavy-hitting skills with long animations. The Shock Training engraving is pretty similar to the Taijutsu one, as it provides extra damage to green skills as well as an increase in the recovery rate of the green bar. Shock is a more calculated playstyle where you need to make sure that you understand the fight, as you will be locked in animations a lot more often. That, paired with the fact that Scrapper is a back attack class and it can be a bit difficult to do optimal damage at all times. Obviously, you would want to focus on spec as a primary stat, with crit being the secondary one in a 70-30 or 80-20 split. I do have to say that as of right now, even though Shock Training is the harder engraving to play, it is considered one of the best damage specs in Lost Ark KR, with just how much raw damage it can dish out. Build-wise, the variety isn't exceptional. There are some interchangeable skills that you can choose from, but for the most part, based on the class engraving of your choice, you either fill it up with yellow skills or green skills respectively. The rotations are a bit different and you will have to adapt, but as I said, the two playstyles are pretty different, so that makes sense. Engravings-wise, both specs use almost identical ones. Grudge, Cursed Dog, Keen Blunt, Ambushmaster, Adrenaline. Feel free to pick any of them in no particular order and have a go at it. Both builds are back attack focused and aim to complete the Earth's entropy set for the maximum amount of back attack damage possible, so you better start knocking off those Valten and Vikas runs right away. And that's about it for this one. Scrapper is currently one of the least popular classes in our western version of the game, which is definitely weird to me. She offers two distinct playstyles, great stagger, and an easy beginner-friendly skill rotation. So, grab your gauntlets, go find Powder, and start exploring the vast world of Zo... What? Sorry, what's that? Not the same game? Oh, not the same company. As Riot Games? They'll have their own MMO in the future? Oh, okay, I see. Fair enough. So, it has been a hot minute since my last video. I was just not sure what videos to make on Lost Ark. I feel like highlights and guides are everywhere, and the game has a repetitive loop making it harder to create more varied content. I will continue to try and figure something out though, I promise. I still stream on Twitch consistently though, at twitch.tv/WesWes_OG, but aside from that, as usual, this was Wes, and until next time, bye bye!